Okay everyone, so now we are learning the operators. We know that operators are used to perform certain operation, let's say the addition, subtraction, so many operations are there which are performed by the operators. The operators are classified into the main four category. The first one we are having is the arithmetic operator, second one is assignment, third one is the comparison operator, and fourth one is the logical. So first of all, we are starting with the first type of operator, which is the arithmetic operator. Now in the first column, we are defining the operator, and in the second column, we are just performing their operation. Now first of all, we are having the plus. Now plus stands for the addition. Let's say if I am having two variables, the one variable is A and second variable is B. Now the value of A is, let's say, 5 and the value of B is, let's say, 3. If I want to perform certain operation, let's say I want to make addition, so A plus B, that will be equal to 5 plus 3, and 5 plus 3 will be equal to 7. So here we are performing the plus operation. Now we are learning the next operator, which is the subtraction. Subtraction is the minus. If we are performing A minus B, now that will be equal to 5 minus 3, and that will be equal to 2. So here subtraction is performed. The next operator we are having is multiplication. If I want to multiply, let's say if I want to say multiplication of two number. If I am writing here A into B, now we know that the value of A is 5, the value of B is 3. So 5 into 3 is 15. So here we have performed the multiplication. Now is the next operator we are having is float division. Now that is very important. Float division. Now this is the division operator, float type. Now let's say I am taking one more number here, C. Now the value of C, let us suppose, is 2. Now if I am saying A divide by C, we know that A is 5 and afterward divide, that is 2. So we know that it is 2.5. This is the float division because you can see that the point value we have taken, right? So this is the float division, means the values will be coming into the decimal also. The next operator we are having is integer division. Now that is important. You can see that there is a different type of slash here. If I write A, now integer division, afterwards see here, now again we are having 5 integer division 2. So here only 2 will come. The decimal value is discarded. So that is the integer division. It is only going to take the integer value. It will discard the floating point value. So whenever in the program you want that, if the decimal is required, then you provide float division. If decimal is not required, you provide the integer division. The next operator we are having is exponentiation. Now that is the exponent operator, which we said is the power operator. Let's say if I am writing here A, then this power or exponent symbol B. Now that is equal to A raised to the power B. We know that the value of A is 5 and the value of B is 3. So that is 5 to the power 3, that is equal to 125. So whenever you want to calculate the power, then this is the power symbol or the exponent symbol. Next operator we are having is remainder, and that is called the mod. If I write here, let's say A mod, afterward I am writing B. The value of A is 5 and then mod, and the value of B is 3. Now that means if I divide this number, so let's say we are having 5. If I divide this with 3, then 3 ones are 3. And what is the remainder? Remainder is 2. So this 2 will come here. This is the remainder. So the value of this one will be 2. So this is nothing but the remainder. So these are all the arithmetic operator. And now we are discussing next type of operator, which is the assignment operator. Now we are learning the next category of the operator, which is the assignment operator. So here we are having the table in which we are having all the assignment operators and their operation. So first of all we are having is equal to, that is called the assignment operator. Let's say we are writing a is equal to 5. Now that means this 5 value will be stored to variable a. So that is called the assignment operator. Now the next operator we are having is plus equal to, that is addition with assignment. If I write here a plus equal to, now let's say I am writing 10 here. Now the meaning of that one is we are having a is equal to a plus 10. So plus is equal to means the previous value of a plus the new value. So here if you talk about the previous value of a, that was 5, and 5 plus 10, that is nothing but 15. So this 15 is assigned to a. Now that's why it is called the assignment operator. Next operator we are having is minus equal to, that is subtraction with assignment. If I write a minus equal to, let's say 10. Now that is nothing but a is equal to a minus 10. If the value of a was 15 previously, then we are subtracting 10 here. 15 minus 10 is equal to 5. So now this value is assigned to a. So this is the assignment operator. Next we are having is star equal to, that is called multiplication with assignment. If I write here a star equal to 10. Now the meaning of that is a is equal to a into 10. The value of a previously was 5. So 5 into 10, that will be equal to 50. So this 50 will be stored to a. So that is assigned. Next assignment operator we are having is slash equal to, that is floating division with assignment. If I am writing here a divide equal to 2, now it will be equal to a is equal to a divided by 2. The value of a was 50. Now this 50 by 2, that will be equal to 25. Now because it is the floating point, so it will take the floating values 25.0. So this will be stored to a. It will take the floating numbers also. Next operator we are having is slash 0, which is integer division with assignment. If we are writing here a slash equal to 2, the meaning of that is a is equal to a slash 2. Now this is the integer division. The value of a is 25 and then slash 2. We know that that is nothing but equal to 12.5. Now here this 0.5 is discarded because this is the integer division and only 12 is taken. So now this 12 is stored back to a. In the float division, float values are taken. In the integer division, only integer values are taken, float values are discarded. The next operator we are having is power equal to, so that is exponentiation with assignment. Let's say if we are writing a power equal to 2. Now the meaning of that is a is equal to a raised to the power 2 and the value of a is 12. So 12 raised to the power 2, that will be equal to 144. So this 144 will be assigned to a. So these are all the assignment operator where we are assigning certain values to the variable. Now we are discussing next type of operator, which is the comparison operator. So now we are learning the comparison operator. So here we are having the table. In the first we are having the column which is the comparison operator, and second column we are having is their operation. The first comparison operator we are having is this symbol, and this is the less than. These comparison operator give you the result true or false. Now This true and false you can apply into the looping. Maybe you are checking some condition or you are going into the conditional operator, let's say if else, switch case. So there you can provide. Now let's say if I am assuming there is a variable A whose value is 5, variable B whose value is, let's say, 6. So these are the two variables I have taken. If I am writing here A less than B, we know that the value of A is 5 and the value of B is 6. So 5 less than 6, that is true. So here the result comes is true. Now the next operator we are having is greater than. If I am taking example here, A greater than B, the value of A is 5 and the value of B is 6. Now 5 is greater than 6, that is false. Next operator we are having is equal to. Equal to is the assignment operator as well as it is the equality checking operator. If I write here A is equal to 5. Now I am applying this into some of the conditional checking. Let's say if I am saying if A equal to 5. If I am writing this into the if else or the switch or in some condition, then automatically it becomes as the comparison operator. So here the value of A is 5. Now equal to 5. Now it is comparing. Are these two equal? Yes, these two are equal. So answer is true. Next operator we are having is not equal to operator. If I am writing here A not equal to 5, we know that the value of A is 5 not equal to 5, but they both are equal, and here I am saying 5 not equal to 5, so that is false. Next operator is less than equal to, so less than equal to. If I am writing here A less than equal to 10, we know that the value of A is 5. Now 5 less than equal to 10, perfectly fine. That means all those values which are 10 or less than that, that means 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 and so on. So they all values coming here are true. Next operator we are having is, that is greater than equal to. If I write here A greater than equal to 10, we know that the value of A is 5, so 5 greater than equal to 10. Now that is wrong, because all those values which are equal to 10 and greater than that, let's say 11, 12, 13 and so on, they will be true. But here 5 is not greater, so that is false. So these are all comparison operator. Now we are discussing next type of operator, which is the logical operator. So now we are learning the logical operator. There is a table given where we are having the logical operators and their operation. First of all we are having is the AND operator. It returns true if both operands are true. Let's assume that we are having two conditions. Let's say condition 1, another is condition 2. There can be option that both the conditions are false at the same time, or there can be one is false, another is true, or first one is true, another one is false, or both one conditions are true. Now in that case, how these logical operator will work, that is defined. So first of all we are having is the AND operator. AND operator says that if both the conditions are true, only that I will become true, otherwise I will become the false. So all other options, it will be false. Let's say in the program we write A, that is greater than 10, and if we are correspondingly writing A less than 100. Now these are the two conditions. So the first one is the condition 1 and second one is the condition 2. Now let's say if I am taking certain number, now I want that it should be following both the properties. Now in that case I will apply and in between. So I will apply here and. So if I am applying here and, so condition 1 should be true and 2 should be true. So if both the conditions are true, only then this and will work. Let's say if I am writing this condition together, a greater than 10, now into the bracket, I am applying the and here. Now afterward, into the bracket I am saying a less than 100. So I know that these are the two conditions. Let's assume that the value of a is, let's say, 70. So we know that 70 greater than 10. Now this is true. And we are applying and here. Now 70 less than 100. That is also true. So if both are true, then the answer will be true. So this is how and work. Now we are learning the next operator, which is OR. So the OR says that it returns true if one or both operands are true. So here we can see that here both are true, so no problem, OR is true. If one is true, then again OR will be true. Again if one is true, then OR will be true. Otherwise it will be false. So here both are false, so it will be false. So that means out of two conditions, if even one condition is true, then OR will be true. So in such cases, between condition 1 and 2, we will apply the OR operator. Let's say if I am completing this condition here. So first condition or second condition. Let's assume that the value of A is 200 here. Now here we are learning A, the value of A is 200 greater than 10. So this condition is true, or the value of A, which is 200, that is less than 100. We know that this condition is false, but at least one condition is true, so the cumulative result will be true. So this is how OR can be applied. Now we are learning the next logical operator, which is NOT. So here NOT operator, it says that it returns true if reverse logical value of operand. Now it will reverse the result. That means if the true is given, it will create false. If false is given, it will create the true. NOT should be applying on one condition. Let's say if I am writing here NOT. Now in that bracket, if I am writing this, now the result of the condition will be reversed. If I assume that the value of A is 20. Now you know that here 20 is greater than 10. So the result of this one is true. Now as the NOT is applied, so cumulative result of this true will be going to the NOT and the result will be becoming as false. So here the result will be false. That means it is going to reverse the result. That means if here the condition was true to applying the NOT, then it will become the false. Or if you assume that the condition was false, it can give you the true result. So that is the negation. Negation means give you the reverse of the true or false. So this is the NOT operator. So if we are having some condition and we apply NOT operator on that, then let's say the condition can be, it can be false or it can be true. If the condition is false, NOT is the reverse, so NOT will give you true answer. And if condition is true, so NOT will do the reverse, it will give you the false for that. So now we are learning the next logical operator, which is XOR. So the next operator is XOR. XOR operator says that it will return false if both operands either true or false. If we are applying this XOR operator on this table, if both the conditions are false, in that case it will give you the false answer. And if both the conditions are true, that also give you the false answer. Otherwise, in all the cases, it will give you the true. So that is the XOR operator. Means if both conditions are false, it will give you false. If both are true, it will give you false. Otherwise, that will be the true. So we can apply the XOR operator between the two conditions. If I am writing here XOR in between these two conditions, and if I assume that the value of A is 30, now 30 greater than 10, we know that this is true, and 30 less than 100, that is also true. So if both are true, it will give you the false. So here the false will come. So this is how we can provide the logical operator. So here we have learned that there are four types of operator: arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, and logical operator. So that is all about the operators.